In this video, I will not hold back on the Remad brand because they released this very quickly ahead of schedule, and when does that happen? Never. They always delay stuff, not Remad in particular, but the third-party companies. So this release was a few months early, and we can see in this video why that actually is, because I've not been, well, that disappointed ever since I got the 112 scale Joker that we got this year, the Jack Nicholson one. So this is the human spider, and I saw another YouTuber who made a review video on this Remad Spider-Man figure, and he was really disappointed, and he pointed out everything that I already read into in the first 5 minutes of just playing a little bit with this figure. So if you want to post this figure, the hands fall off, the shoes fall off, the head sculpt falls off. So it's going to be quite swift means of the opinion, because this is a bad release. This is so much ahead of schedule that I think that they can just evaluate this and see perhaps we shouldn't have released this or done an accessory set, because I honestly think that it would be better to get the good parts out there and leave the bad parts behind. The bad parts are the Tobey Maguire head, the balaclava mask, which is soft goods, and then all the connecting parts to the body, which means the shoes, the hands, the sculpted head sculpt with the balaclava, which is better, but it doesn't connect to the body. Nothing connects to the body, so they basically force you to do a body swap if you want to pose this figure around and having it stay the same way that you pose it. Because when you see me playing with this is when I got it like after 10 minutes or something, and I just tried to bend the stuff with the soft goods on and just see how it poses. And you can see this figure kicks back, and not because it's so strong, but because it's so weak. It can't even handle these soft goods, and this is like a jersey material. It's very stretchy and easy and light. It's not even a coat or something, and it still doesn't work. Then why include this body? What was this body made for? Who made the connecting parts? The ball joint doesn't stay on. The end parts of the arms don't even go in the gloves. The entire design of all the connecting parts is garbage, pure garbage. And then having the audacity to include the soft goods balaclava mask, which only leaves enough room for one of the eyes, or an eye and a half, or a nose and one eye. It's just, I don't understand. They included the figure with the sculpted balaclava. That's what it's supposed to look like, but they don't even leave enough room for both eyes to see through it. Again, this is my first impression of Remad Custom Figures, and I thought this was a good brand, something like a Manipple Studios or a Muff Toys. And I know that some of these studios are way better than others, but I saw the Batman Begins figures and the Dark Knight Rises figures, and those were really impressive. And they made me order 2 of the Drifter Bruce Waynes because I was so intrigued with all of the designs that I thought, well, okay, this is going to be a good figure. I can reuse some parts and I can make some customs with different head sculpts or one weathered. And I just don't know if I still want to do that, because this quality control of this is so freaking bad. And with the balaclava look, I'm not really interested a lot anymore in the soft goods materials that Remad is going to be doing. As I said, I have 2 on pre-order, and I don't know how that's going to go. And if this is the likeness for Tobey Maguire, then what's the likeness going to be for Robert Pattinson, for the Drifter Bruce Wayne? I'm not sure anymore what to think, and I do want to hear from you guys if you have the same problems with Remad Customs. If you bought earlier figures, they haven't done a lot of figures, which is fine. They obviously all have to start somewhere. But if this is the starting point of a company, within the first 10 figures, you rush out a Spider-Man figure that he can't even pose, then what's the point? And what is this body? Who did the R&D for this? I just don't understand. I can't even place this body in ranking. It doesn't seem to be the cheapest body, and it's definitely not the most expensive body, but a Nota body is retailing for like $30, so it has to be less than that, because these shoulder joints are garbage. The crotch joint is very bad, already very loose on release. Then I'm thinking, how can you choose something like this to represent your company? And if it has to be a more expensive body, then up the price. Because if someone wants this 112 scale figure, they'll probably go for it. But you included so much stuff that's so garbage Why do you have to do that? Just remove the stand, get rid of one of the head sculpts. So nobody really wants this, I believe. If you want to get this figure and do a custom head sculpt, then buy a more definitive Tobey Maguire head sculpt. Somebody has painted that head sculpt, which already doesn't look that good, in my opinion. And then they had someone paint all of that and then include it for the same price. Just drop the price down if you're gonna be doing a cheaper figure. If this was a $40 figure, I would have been fine with this. And I'm not planning on using that Tobey Maguire head. I'm not planning on using the stands or the webs or, again, the extra arms, lower arms, and some pins. No mention of where anything of that should go. They just stick it on the bottom of the box, pretending like they had extra attention for this figure, while the basic figure is just bad. Again, I don't want to be all negative, even though this video is, but I just want to be strongly voicing my concerns for a Remad figure, because if this is what you can expect, then I don't want to be a customer. But then again, in all honesty, it could be that this is just their one miss or one of their missed figures. And I might be too harsh on it, but just this isn't what I expected for a full figure. It's just not worth the full admission price. And I wanted to have said that and be honest with everyone who's buying this figure or wants to buy this figure. And I've already seen people respond, like people taking one for the team because I'm skipping this one based on the reviews. And that's not my goal. I do want to say that, again, you can really use the accessories that is included and with the list that I gave. So that should be clear right now that you shouldn't want to buy this for the soft goods balaclava or the Tobey Maguire head or the body that they used. You basically have to re-swap everything and make it work yourself. So there's customizing to be done, but you can make a really cool figure. As you can see, works quite well when I did the body swap, and it stays on better. Even with a random body, that's saying something. They didn't even test this, and that's ridiculous. So let me know what you think. Are you going to be getting this? Let me know.